And if you are in the midst of this, and if you're experiencing some jealousy right now because, oh, they're coming out to play right now. They're coming out to play because right now, and this is like a warning. This is a warning, y'all. People are being nothing but their authentic self right now because they have no time to be anything else. Hey guys, my name is Calfee and you are listening in to another cup of Calfee. Thank you guys so much for joining me on today's podcast. If you guys are listening in on the podcast, feel free to check the description. I have a YouTube video link down below. And if you are part of my YouTube family, hi. If you're new, please be sure to subscribe. I have popping hot cups of Calfee for you every Monday and Friday if I'm on time. Usually I'm trying to be on time. And every Saturday I have a sweat sesh. So we work out. I do your, I pull your workout with my tarot cards that I invented. And today's podcast is about how Lil Boosie changed my life. Lil Boosie in trouble. I'm saying Lil Boosie because I know he's gonna do good with like click rates right now with his whole Instagram live shenanigans. But yeah, like they have this song and it's called Ain't My Fault by Trouble featuring Lil Boosie. And I'm gonna be reading from Lil Boosie's verse. And even though the song, it slaps, it's some hood shit, but I found myself relating to it so much, and I'll get into that. But yeah, let's jump into the podcast. So this really is about jealousy, and I have never been one to be a jealous person in my life, honestly, truly, unless something's legitimately off and it's usually with like things in the past. It's never been with other people. It might have been like my boyfriend or something like that, like my ex. I'm single. But yeah, probably like with an ex or something like that I felt jealousy. But when it comes to like girls and like other people's success and other things like that, I've never been jealous of anybody in my entire life. I've always been one to support other people's success and to recognize other people's shine and their capabilities, because I've been through so much shit in my life to where I could never discredit somebody's success in their timeline. I think we have been so cluttered with comparison to the point where we project our insecurities onto other people. So like I've compared myself to people, obviously. I mean, I'm a human being. But if I ever felt like, I've never been like, I'm gonna treat this person a different way because I covet what they have. You know, like I feel like that's how people treat most people. I never look them up and down and be like, she must think she's all that. Like people are allowed to be beautiful. People are allowed to be talented. People are allowed to be whatever the fuck they really want to be, as long as they're not hurting anybody. And I think it's really annoying when I have seen in my life personally people projecting and trying to dismiss you and reject you, even though you don't. There's usually something never to be rejected by. There's usually dismissing you over shit that like doesn't even matter. It's very interesting how people will just try their best to lower your vibration because they don't believe that they can get to that level, and they'll try to knock you down over and over again, or as many times as possible, just so that they can feel somewhat of an adequacy. Even though, and I've been like really sitting in this and thinking about this, that I think jealousy makes people blind to their own blessings and their own talents and their own capabilities. They see other people's artwork, like their finished masterpieces, and they ignore the fact that right behind them is a beautiful brand new set of paintbrushes and pastels. You know what I mean? Like it's just like you can create your own version of success, your own version of happiness, your own everything, right? If you stop paying attention and obsessing and analyzing, critiquing somebody else's stuff. And I actually want to talk about Drake too, because I heard some things, people criticizing his new song. I'm probably gonna say it wrong, but I think it's the 2C slide. I'm gonna just keep it at that. And I'll talk about that too. So that's two things. Lil Boosie and Drake have taught me a lot about jealousy this week. It's just been something that I think is amazing. Now, Ain't My Fault is a song by Trouble featuring Lil Boosie Badass. It's an old song, but I discovered it in like December and I fell in love with it. Spotify like put it on my like Discovery Weekly playlist, and I've just been listening to it nonstop. I still listen to it frequently because like I said earlier, I really just never understood why people got jealous. Every time I see somebody doing something great, that inspired me. It didn't make me feel like shit, you know. And if anybody ever did make me feel like less than or something like that, I would just, you know, there's an unfollow button. It's usually on social media or something like that. And I don't even get like that, because usually I unfollow people because they stop providing value in my life in that season for me. You know, it's usually not because she makes me feel like shit. It's just like, you're not saying anything that's feeding me right now, so I'm gonna dismiss this account. That's really how I function. Like, it's just like, I see you providing value, I'm gonna root for you, because I know that if you are fully embodying what makes you amazing, then that means like the world's gonna get better. So like, let me do what I do and make the world amazing in my realm. You do what you do, keep it up, that's amazing. But I've never, people connect themselves to other people's success as if it's gonna be their detriment, which is like, why? I don't get it. Yeah, but Lil Boosie Badass had a verse, and at the end of his verse, it said, which you should check out the song if you've never heard it. But he said, it ain't my fault that your money ain't right. It ain't my fault you don't smoke how we smoke. It ain't my fault you don't drink how we drink. It ain't my fault you ain't real how we real. And it ain't my fault you don't kill how we kill. Great, fantastic, perfect. These points I have written down in my notebook right here. And it says quite well, it's not anybody's fault that you are successful at your personal frequency, the way that you speak and interact with the world, and what you have earned. It's not anybody's business, you know. Like, just because you are doing you has nothing else to do with me doing me, right? Like, it really doesn't. There's no connection outside of us feeding value to the collective. That sounds so hippy dippy, oh my god, but it's so true. Like, if you're really good at singing and I want to be a great singer, I don't want you to stop being a great singer as I'm trying to progress. Like, for you to say somebody to stop being a great singer means you want a little bit less joy in the world. Does that make sense? Like, do you really want to like dismiss somebody's value to somebody? Like, it's really selfish. Being jealous is selfish as fuck. It's just weird selfish though. It's toxic selfish. But in Lil Boosie's verse, when he said that your money ain't right and that you don't smoke how we smoke, you're not real how we real, I find that so impactful, because number one, that your money ain't right, like, that literally pointed like the finger back to them. Like, I had to figure out how to manage my money. You should probably go do the same thing for yourself. Go get your own bag, you know what I mean? And then with the smoking, drinking being real and, you know, killing people, I think that has a lot to say, that people don't know what you've been through to get to where you've been, okay? And I wrote that. Oh my gosh, it's so good. It's just so good. People will assume everything about you because of what you've earned and the point that where you're at now, but they don't know the trauma that you've been through. They don't know your suffering. They don't know your struggles. They don't know how much you networked, how much blood, sweat, and tears you've gone through. If you're an entrepreneur, the confusion and the hopelessness. How many times you've been let down by people, how many times that you've given your trust to people and you've given your energy and your advice and your resources to people just for them to not use it, just for them to just literally waste your time. That gets frustrating. That gets annoying. And so there's a reason why these successful people just go into their own little hovel and they don't want to share what made them great. It's because a lot of people won't they won't appreciate it and they won't do anything with it. So why waste their time and why waste their breath on jealous people that won't? You can give them the answers to the reason why you are, how you got what you got, and they still won't use it because they still don't have any, they don't take any responsibility of their own life. And so when they see people doing it for themselves, they're like, must be nice, XYZ, this snarky remark here, this some type of self-deprecating phrase to themselves that's keeping them in their low frequency, limited belief looking ass, and then wanting to say that you must have cheated your way to the top, because they don't understand how you could work so hard, so fast, and so quickly too. There's a lot of young people out here right now that are really killing shit right now, especially with the economy switching to online and all this other stuff. Like you have to adapt. You have to don't be jealous, figure it out. Don't be jealous, look within you. Find your talents, find your own blessings. Stop looking at everybody else's artwork hanging on the wall when you have a brand new set of paintbrushes and acrylics in your house that you're too fucking lazy to open. And you don't want to do the research, and you don't want to do the work. You don't want to take 10 minutes out of your day every single day to reflect on what you did, to look at your bank account, to make a plan, the 20 minutes every day that you can take to cook your meals ahead of time. You don't want to have those uncomfortable conversations with your spouse saying, hey, I'm going to eat this way. Hey, I'm going to go work out this time. Hey, I want to start this business. I'm taking out the money here. Are you down for the ride? XYZ, XYZ. No one wants to have those hard conversations, because that's what makes or breaks these people that you're fucking jealous of. You're jealous of them because you know you rather stay in your own little shitty routine and not have these hard conversations to get through these breakthroughs to where you can actually get on their vibration. I saw this one girl post on Instagram on her story. I used to follow her. She used to follow me, but she doesn't follow me anymore. And I absolutely understand why, because she was complaining that she hates how fitness people and people on social media are acting like their lives are so great right now. You don't have to be acting to have a good life. Like, people can genuinely be happy. I hope you know that. Like, that's insane to me to think that people will look for it must be acting just because they can't find their own joy. Everybody else is acting because you can't get your own shit together. Does that make any sense? I don't think it does. That makes no sense to me. And I just got so frustrated by it. And I didn't know she wasn't following me anymore. But when she read that, I was like, wow, I've been pretty positive. I haven't really said anything, I haven't spread any fear. I've been very conscious not to spread any type of misinformation or any fear or any catching headline before I actually know what the fuck's up on my social media, because I think that is whatever it is controlling the system right now wants. Is that they're fear mongers, and people want to stay in fear, and those who aren't in fear, something must be wrong with them. No, like, people literally don't consume social media the way you do. They don't trust the first 3 words they see on Twitter about the coronavirus. It's just like, everybody don't function like you. People are actually out here living their best life, and it's genuine. I mean, yes, people live fake lives, but like, every single person that's living as their authentic self, you don't have to dismiss it. People can genuinely be happy. Stop being jealous of that and go find your own happiness. I don't know. And all that really stemmed from this song, because it really is just like, people will take your success so personal to them. That's none of my business how you feel about my success. All that matters is that I think I'm doing good. Even like success, like, successful people don't feel successful half of the time, because once you start climbing up that economic ladder, that business ladder, it's like, as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, as whatever it is, your goals get so much bigger. Your plans get so much more complex, because it has that opportunity to not capitalize on that is to just be complacent, and then you just kind of lose everything. So people want to win the lottery so bad, but once you get XYZ millions, like, you're gonna spend that real quick if you don't know how to make it work. If you don't put actual value into the earth with all this money you're gonna be hoarding, just like how you hoard stuff in your normal life, whether that be physical or mental hoarding of emotions, of people that are toxic, that you don't need. If you hoard this money, eventually it will rot on you. It will rot you from the inside out. So I think jealousy is really just a form of trapped energy within people, that they aren't willing to release their potential because they don't want to experience the uncomfortableness of the ebbs and flows of success. That's why you always hear success stories. When you hear a success story, it's never, I was born into it. A success story always has a big ass low, or a low in general, and then they're on the rise, right? They let go of something, they quit something, they divorced, they did something crazy. That's a success story. There's a reason why success stories are so freaking dramatic, is because they said, I'm gonna do it. I just burped. I'm gonna quit the mundane. I'm gonna go and dive fully into this uncertainty. And a lot of jealous, bitter people don't want to do that. And that is not their fault. It is not my fault that you aren't willing to do the shit that will get you to the frequency that you want to be at. You want to start a YouTube channel, then fucking start a YouTube channel. Stop waiting. Stop saying, when I get 100 subscribers, I'm going to get a YouTube channel. No. Post. Do it. Be it. Put some fucking makeup on if you feel ugly. Like I'm being so dead ass with you. Like, how can you fix it? How can you start to be content with yourself? Because projecting your insecurities and being jealous and treating people differently because they have something that you don't or aren't willing to go get is not benefiting you. It's not good. It's not a good look. And if you are in the midst of this, and if you're experiencing some jealous ass bitches right now because, oh, they're coming out to play right now. They're coming out to play because right now, and this is like a warning. This is a warning, y'all. People are being nothing but their authentic self right now because they have no time to be anything else. When you're an autopilot, it's real easy to be fake because you can be like, I'm this, and then they switch, and now I'm that for social media. I'm this, I switch, and I'm that for social media. But when you have all this time to consume content and to be content, your real self will show. And all these people that are still being haters online, all these people that still rather see people be miserable and suffer, as if this is not a growing experience for a lot of people, as if a lot of people aren't going through an awakening right now, I'm sorry, but they're gonna be stuck like that. And whenever things go back to normal, whatever the new societal version of normal looks like, they're gonna be stuck in that vibration because that's who they really were. People are gonna show themselves to y'all. And when you see this jealousy, I really want you guys to understand that it is not your fault that people are hating on you. It's them. It's their fault for not going ahead and being what they want to be. They see themselves in you. They see themselves. They see the person that they want to be in you, and they aren't willing. They won't let go of the things that are keeping them from finding and experiencing themselves in you. We are just a mirror. And when you don't like what you see, if it looks unattainable, yeah, you're gonna get mad. People see themselves in you. They look up to you. That's why they're jealous. They look up to you. And this is a breakthrough for me because I never could even fathom that. And my last point, the sun is setting rapidly. With Drake about his new song, people saying that song's only good for TikTok. What else are y'all doing right now other than being on TikTok? Huh? Yeah, his song's only good for TikTok. Y'all will literally dismiss anybody's art. It's only good for TikTok. That's why in about a week you're gonna be doing the fucking dance on your TikTok, right? Why can't we just appreciate art for what it is? What if it is supposed to be a TikTok song? You know how much money this man's making? I just can't stand when people judge art and they never made any art themselves. You know, like when you're in art class, and or maybe you don't know, but if you're in art class or you ever went to art school, you get critiqued on your work, but it's never with people that don't do art. It's with your peers that are also making art, and that's when it's relevant. And these people are judging artists as if they release any music in their life. No, you haven't, sweetheart. Yeah, he did that for TikTok. You know why? Because there's money in that. What move are you making right now? You cannot like the song, but don't dismiss the man's art, because it was for a purpose. There was intention behind it. People just bother me, okay? I like Drake. Jealous people don't make no sense. Jealous people are an anomaly, and jealous people are dangerous. And if you find anybody projecting any hate, you need to cut them off. Snip them, guys. You have to start cutting off and trim that fat. Get away from it. That's toxic right now. You just have to be diving deep into yourself, growing yourself. And if you can't do that with weeds in your garden, y'all, you need to just take out those weeds. Take out those weeds, turn your soil, dig within yourself and turn that soil, because it ain't safe. It's not safe for you to continue to just let these energy vampires to suck from the fruits of your labor. It ain't my fault. It ain't my fault that your money ain't right. That has nothing to do with me. Stop acting like it does, because it's making you look stupid. And that's all I have to say. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys listen to the podcast, thank you so much. Please be sure to subscribe to the podcast either on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you stream your podcast. If you are part of the YouTube family, please press subscribe. Please share this video with anybody that it might make their day. I don't think I was very funny in this one, but I'm trying to let go of that narrative that I've been telling myself, that I have to be funny in order to be watched. And the sun is setting very quickly. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the podcast here, guys. I appreciate your listen so much, and I will see you guys in the next cup of Calfee. Have a good day. Bye. Bonzo looks like a real crackhead. Say bye! Bye, baby! Bye! Bye! Ow! Why are you biting my neck? It's kinky!